Hello friend, welcome back. In our previous video, we successfully complete that register portion and also I have checked it. So right now everything working perfect, right? So friend, here we successfully complete that logging portion and also successfully complete that register portion. So now in this video, I want to discuss about that reset password option. So for the reset password, I want to do when you reset your password, then that will be sent to your mail, and from to the mail you will able to reset your password. Okay, so for that reasons, I want to use that mail trip. So that is totally free. You have to go to that mailtrip.oi and just simply create one of the account. It's totally free, one of the account you can able to create it. So after that sign up, you will be get this type of one of the dashboard, and here there is our demo inbox. So into the demo inbox area, here you have to work. So I want to do when you actually reset your password, then automatically this system will be sent one of the link, in particular this mail address, and from here you can actually reset your password. So for doing this, first of all, we have to configure it. Like here, when you go to that inboxes and into the inboxes as a demo inboxes, here we have to set up it. We have to set up our SMTP setting. So into the SMTP setting, right now we are using that Laravel. You can see there is a PHP. So if you are using that Python, you have to select it. So right now we are using that PHP as a Laravel. So now I select as a Laravel plus. That means right now we are using Laravel 8, right? So here you can see there is some of the commands here we have to now update this. So now let's do that work. So for doing this, we have to update this portion in our env file. If you go to your project, into the project, if you go to that .env and into the .env, you can see that is our mail portion. So first of all, here there is a mail, mailer as a SMTP. So that is our mail mailer as a SMTP, which is totally fine, and the mail host. So now we have to update this mail host. I simply copy it, and then I want to update this mail host as this one. Okay, and then the mail port, I want to update this mail port as a 2525. So that will be as a 2525, and then the username. So friend, when you actually create one of the new account, automatically you'll be get one of the individual username and the password. Okay, so don't use this one. So that is mine. So here you have to actually use your one. So now that is our username. So now I want to copy it, and then here I simply updated that username, and then simply the password. I want to update that password. And the encryption, that is a mail encryption. So for the mail encryption, I want to use it as a TLS. Okay, so now I simply update as a TLS. And then the mail from address. So mail from address, I want to do this system will be send one of the email, right? So it should be send one of the email to a specific this register user, that means which user is already registered it. So it should be send this email, particular this mail. Okay, I have already created one of the registration and also I have checked it with the logging. So that it should be sent in particular this mail. So from mail I want to set up. So from mail I want to do, it should be sent from as a support. Okay, support at the rate easylearning bd.com. So it should be sent this email from to this mail. Okay, so friend, that's all you have to do. So right now here we don't need to change anything. So now I just click as a save all. Perfect. So make that sure you update, that means you update your SMTP setting. So now for our forget password option, I want to create another route. So right now here we don't need this in our API. So that is our routes and then API, right? So now I want to create another new route. I copy it and then I paste it. So that will be for the forget password. Forget password routes. So this will be, I mean, just put some of the note for you. So that will be obviously one of the another post method. And here I want to create one of the our URL. Our URL will be as a forget password. Okay, that will be as a forget password. And also better, I want to create another controller for the forget password. I want to create another controller as a forget controller. Okay, so this type of one of the controller I want to create, and now I want to create one of the method. Our method will be as a forget password. Okay, forget password. This type of one of the method I want to create. So first of all, I want to create this controller. So if you want to create this controller, I think you already know about it. So in our this path, that means that is our project, right? So into the project area, I want to create another controller as a PHP artisan. and then make a controller, and then I want to create one of the controller directly in our that is our forget controller. I want to create. Now click as enter. So now that will be created one of the controller as a forget controller. Now you can see our controller created successfully. So here if you now go to our controller area, that means in our app STTP, that is a controller, you can see that is our forget controller. So into the forget controller, first of all we have to load it, right? So that is in our main controllers. So first of all in Laravel 8 here actually you have to load it. So now our controller name as a forget controller. So now I want to use it as a forget controller. So now we are able to access, that means we are able to access this controller as a forget controller. Okay friend, so to the forget controller I want to create one of the method as a forget password. Now I copy it. Now go to our forget controller. Here I want to create one of the new method that will be as a public and then function and then our method name. I hope friend it's very much clear to you, right? And also better I want to support some of the things from our auth controller, like our auth will be needed, user will be needed. Better I want to copy everything. Okay, I copy everything, and then in our forget controller here I simply paste it. So that will be also needed. The auth will be needed, the user will be needed, and also I want to create another new request for this password, that means for this forget password and the db and the hash. Okay, so now let's work for our forget password. Is very easy. Just here we have to add only one field. So better I want to make as a and method. Okay, so that is our and method for our this forget password. So now I want to create this method in here. So for the forget password friend, if you go to our API, you can see that is also one of the post methods. So for the post method, we have to pass that request. So in our register, I have already created one of the custom request. So if you also want to create another custom request for the forget password, you can also do this. So better I want to create another custom, that means custom request. So that will be the same as a PHP artisan request. So that will be as a PHP artisan make request. Now I want to create another request as a forget. Okay, forget request. Okay, so now that is our command line as a PHP artisan make request and the forget request. Now click as a enter. So our request created successfully, right? So that is our request as a request, and you can see that is our forget request. So now we have to first of all load it. I have to load it in our that is our forget controller. So before you created one of the request for the register. So now I need to change it. So that is in our app STTP request folder, and that is our forget request, right? So that is our request and that is our forget request. Perfect. So now I simply load it. So now we are able to access this request. So that is our custom request as a forget request and then the dollar request. Right, so that will be as a dollar request. So first of all here I want to for the forget password, what exactly will be needed? I only need one field, right? I only need our this email field, right? So now I want to only pass it. So here I want to take one of the variable as an email, and then I want to get this our requested email data. That means that will be as a request, and this our field name as an email, right? So in our user table, our field name as email. If you go to our user table, you can see for the user table that is our mail name, that is a field name as email. So I want to get this request, and here I want to pass this mail, right friends? So step by step everything I will show you, everything will be more clear. So first of all here we have to check it. That means when you actually forget this password, this will be first of all check in our this database table this field. So this email is exist or not. If it exists, then that will be actually send this request to the mail trap. That means here rather than it should be show some of the message as a email invalid, right? So that should be like that way. So now I want to do that work with using one of the condition. I simply add one of the if condition, and into the if condition with the if you want to access our this user table. So if you want to access it, I have already loaded our model. You can see I have already loaded this model as a user model. So now with this user, I want to add one of the condition as a where condition. Into the where condition area, when our email, that means our database field name, that is our user table, this field name as an email. So it should be matched with our requested email, right? So that is our requested email. I take the things with this variable. So this requested email is actually this one, right? So that is our requested email. So now I take it with this variable, so it should be check it when our database field email will be matched with our this requested email. Then I want to check it with another function as it doesn't exist. Okay, so with this I can actually check it. So I simply added this function as it doesn't exist. Okay, doesn't exist. So now with this I want to check it. So with this it should be check it when it should be not match, when it should be not getting as it doesn't exist. That means if this email is not exist in our this database user table email field area, then it should be display some of the response message, right? So I want to return one of the response. So return response, and with this return response area I want to show some of the message actually. So here I want to display the message. Okay, message, and this message will be as a I want to display as a invalid email or email invalid. Okay, email invalid. So this type of one of the message it should be display. And here I want to use that status code as a 401. Okay, I want to use that as a 401. And then I want to do, so that is our main condition. I hope friend every line is very much clear to you. So that is a return which will be response that the email is not exist, right? So when this email will be not matched with our database field, that means here, that means when it should be not matched from our requested email, then it should be display this message as a return response message as a email invalid. Okay, so here it should be displayed, and either then when it should be match it, rather than it should be actually generated first of all one of the token. So I want to generate one of the token, but I put some of the note for you as a generate. Okay, generate random token. So it should be generate one of the random token. I take one of the variable as a token. So why I'm actually create this token, I will show you. Everything will be more clear. I want to create one of the random token. So that is another function as a rand. Okay, rand. So with this rand I want to use it. It should be as a minimum 10. Okay, which will be as a minimum 10 to 6 characters. So I make it as a 1 and then 50. Okay, that is a 50. Perfect. So it should be created this type of one of the range as a for the random code. So now it should be created. Perfect. And now I want to actually insert this data. So here I want to use as a try or catch. So that will be as a try. That is a try, and then for the catch I want to do in our auth. In our auth I have already created this method as a catch, right? So now I better copy it. That will be same. If there have any error in our try, then that will be actually display this catch as exception, random response, the message, everything will be just like that same here. I hope you already understand this part. So that is our try and then catch. Okay, so now we have to actually insert this data, right? So now we have to insert this data in our try, and also from when it should be inserted, then I want to also pass one of the mail to our mail tab. So better I want to continue this process. In our next video I will complete this portion. So thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.